we completed 2 days of theory training at Krishi Vigyan Kendra at Navsari Agriculture University, and yesterday was practicals. So we completed practicals. I also did a quick analysis of what's happening in this farm, and there are always corrections to be made, and I have made my observations and gave them my tips and tricks to make things even better. Today is the last day and it's the penultimate day. So normally the last day is more about networking among the students who come for the boot camp, and we also have another analysis to be done of the fertigation system itself, because I did find a few things that can improve. And we are also going to do a root zone analysis of a soil turmeric, although we are all into soilless mainly. But the one I'm going to be doing today is also soil turmeric, which is going to go through a root zone analysis. And the whole idea of doing that is to basically show people what is the difference in the root zone and what happens in soil and soilless. So yesterday we did soilless. We did 3 grow bags. We took out 3 grow bags from the little shade house that you see there, and the results seem to be quite good. However, one portion of the greenhouse from where we took a particular grow bag had 800 grams of rhizomes. We took it from another part of the green net house and we got 1,700 plus grams. And then there was another part of the greenhouse where we got from a grow bag we got 2,116 grams. So normally what we say in drip irrigation, you need to have 2 things are very important in drip irrigation. One is, if you got say 10,000 plants inside a poly house or a shade house or a greenhouse, when you do drip irrigation, the whole idea boils down to 2 things. One is quality and one is quantity. When I say quantity, if for example you want to give 100 ml of water to the plants during a particular fertigation event, all the plants should get 100 ml of water. It cannot be that some plants are not getting any water at all because the drip point or the dripper is choked due to whatever reason. So the patency of the irrigation channel or the tube has to be perfect. That means every single point from which water comes out into the grow bag, every single grow bag should get the same quantity of water. So that's one. Then you're talking about the quality of the water. So when you irrigate the plants, it's very important that the plants also, like, you adjust the electrical conductivity and the pH of the water. Every single plant in the greenhouse, every plant should have should have the same EC and pH being administered to it. So if the irrigation system has a problem, or it's choked, or that there is a lack of pressure itself in the laterals, then what is going to happen is you may want to give 100 ml and you think you're giving 100 ml, but actually what's happening is some places if there's a choke, there's no water going into that bag. That's precisely what happened yesterday when I opened the first grow bag. Only half the grow bag or the coco peat was wet or moist. Right below it was absolutely dry. So then it triggers something in our brain saying that it means that the amount of water going into that particular grow bag is not good enough. So I've done the study yesterday and I've understood what is going wrong and how things can be changed. So I've asked them to do a lot of things, like flush the entire laterals, clean them up, use acid to break down any hard particles that are choking these little openings at the drip points. And I'm also going to be looking at very detailed manner. I'm going to take my students and show them exactly what is happening as far as the fertigation system is concerned. So we're going to actually do not a line drawing or a diagram, but I'm going to be showing them by following the pipeline. I'm going to show them where is what, which pump, what is this pump doing, if this pump is being used for 2 purposes, what is this changeover valve for. So all that is going to be looked at today on the 4th day. And pretty much I would say we have completed our boot camp, but today will be, if there are any Q&As or if anyone wants to ask about anything about post-harvest or marketing and those kind of things, then we will be doing that. So yes, and I'm quite happy to be here. It's a very beautiful part of Gujarat. This place is called Karakhat, and very quiet place, very peaceful. Lots of vegetation I can see here, and perfect weather I would say for turmeric to grow, or ginger for that matter to grow, because it's got the right. Because turmeric is a shade lover. It loves heat. It doesn't mind some heat, and it also loves humidity. So right now we are in November, so the humidity levels are lower. Obviously, it's going to increase as whenever it's monsoon time, it increases, and that's what turmeric wants at that time. So it's pretty much good. And to say, if you ask me what outcomes I want from this farm, because I consult for this farm as well, the outcome I want is at least 5 kilograms per grow bag. So they have about 1600 bags in quarter of an acre, and 16 fives are 80, so about 8 tons of turmeric from quarter acre, which extrapolated to 1 acre means about 32 tons per acre, which is really good. I must say that when we did the root zone analysis yesterday, I was very happy to see that administration of the right microbes and bacteria in the media, which is coco peat, was so good that all the roots were really patent. They were shining white, beautiful white. There was no lack of oxygen. There was no sliminess in the roots, and everything was just perfect. The root zone was extremely beautiful, and that's the most beautiful thing about soilless agriculture. The beautiful thing about soilless agriculture is that we have complete control over the rhizosphere or the root zone environment, and that is the main difference between soilless and soil farmers. We have great control over the root zone. So here, when we grow turmeric, we usually every month from the date you plant it first, we do a root zone analysis, because how the root so the shoot. It's like your stomach. If you've got a very bad stomach system, you get diseases, you get problems most of the time, because there's a lot of poison in your stomach. And from the stomach, all these poisons go into your tissues, into your veins and arteries, God knows, and enters into different organs, and then you say a person got organ failure. So here, I would say, because we control the root zone to a very detailed degree, we can get the best out of our plants. And root zone analysis actually is not just for turmeric. You grow tomatoes, you grow anything. You can always keep a few bags which are meant to be for study purpose. So yes, we did open up 3 bags yesterday, and we harvested. The quality of the rhizomes were just excellent, I would say, excellent. And they were, when we broke the rhizomes, we could see the formation of curcumin happening. It's only the 6th month now, and there's still 3 months to go. I'm lucky and happy. I'm rather fortunate that I came here for boot camp, and I could also come and have a look at my client's farm. It was just in time, because it was just the 6th month, and this is the point onwards where the rhizomes start growing crazy. They grow massive. So it's a good luck, I would call it, or serendipity, if you like to call it. I'm here. My client's happy that I'm here to look into the minute details, and they are very happy too, because they have found that yes, they're so happy that sir is here. CV sir has come, so we get some good tips and tricks. So to sum up, I would say today's program is basically that, just going to be doing a soil turmeric root zone analysis to show the students what is the difference between the root zone in soil and soilless, so they also get an idea, and they understand that yes, when CV sir says soilless has its own values, they'll understand why. So on the first day when I start my lecture on the theory side, I always give them talk to them and say, you may wonder why this man is talking about soilless when there's so much soil around. But today's soils are so depleted, or they're full of pesticides, or full of too much of fertilizer. They have become saline. There is nematode problems. There are so many different problems. That is the reason why we choose to do soilless. And it's not just that. We try to increase the yield. And like yesterday when we did a harvest of 800, 1700 and 2100 grams, those rhizomes were 100% saleable rhizomes. There was no disease in a single rhizome. They were so beautiful. They were so easy to handle. They were just amazing. I put some pictures yesterday on all the social media. I'm sure people would be watching. But thank you guys if you are watching me and at this farm at Karakhat. And We'll come back to you with more details as and when we know them. But today is the last day, and I'm very happy to be here. And like I always say, kick some ass. So I'm going to be doing some stuff here, interesting. I'm making arrangements before I go from here by telling the client exactly what they need to do, how they need to give me a lot of feedback. And to be honest with you, feedback is the most important thing. And in our country, unfortunately, this feedback system is extremely poor. So I am going to be insisting upon the people here that they need to give me feedback. The more they trouble me, the more I can help them. And I'm here to help people. I'm here to help. You can call me at midnight and say, I have a problem with my plant. I'm ready to wake up and help you if I'm sleeping. But the thing is, if the more you make use of me, the more benefit the farmer gets. So saying that, I'm very happy. Mission Turmeric is moving forward in a very nice way. We are in our third year now, and I'm preparing farmers for 2023 when the season begins in April, May. And like they say, every revolution it's not a curve like that, linear curve. It takes time. So the initial point is the hardest, but once it reaches critical mass, I'm sure by in the next 2 or 3 years we'll have at least about 1,000 plus farmers doing soilless turmeric and ginger for that matter. Ginger is from the same family, Zingiberaceae family, and they have similar requirements. They love shade, both of them. They love heat and humidity, and they go through 3 seasons in a year. And we have a future. We have a future. India has a future in agriculture, provided we put the science back into agriculture. And it needs passion. It needs passion, because the biggest problem that I find is a lot of new generation people from the non-farming background. They want to enter into agriculture. But the problem with them is they think I'm going to put a lot of money, I'm going to put a lot of artificial intelligence, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and everything is just going to happen and money is going to be in my Paytm. It doesn't happen that way. Agriculture is the hardest profession in the world. Like yesterday when I was talking to my students, I was telling them, my friends, you may have all the automation. You may think I can sit at home and press a few buttons on an app and everything will happen. But who's going to do scouting? Who's going to look for pest and disease? Who's going to take action when things go wrong? So if you can be on the farm, be with your plants, even if you can sleep there for all I care, you will get a very good crop. So having said all this, I'm very excited. I'm really, really excited. It's not about how many people join my revolution, but those who join should make it. I want farmers to make money. I want them to double, triple, quadruple their incomes. And yesterday when I got from the first grow bag 800 grams, at that point I can say we have equaled what a soil farmer does. The next one after 10 minutes gave us 1700 grams, which is already double. And the next one was 2100. I think if I open up a few more, I might get even more. But that's not the issue here. The issue here is that per grow bag we should get a minimum 5 kg per grow bag on an average. So there are 1600 grow bags here. 16 fives are 80. So we should expect 8 tons by January end, February beginning when the harvest happens. I really look forward to it. I'm very positive that if my client here does what I tell them to do, they have to hit pay dirt. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Raji, for asking me what's going to happen today at the farm. And it's my pleasure to tell you exactly what happened, what's been happening, and what happened on the final day. I'm sure my few students who came for the boot camp are going to go back with good memories, and I hope they understood that I'm coming from a practical side of things. I've never studied agriculture in a college. It's all self-taught, self-learned. So my teachings are basically coming from a farmer's perspective, for a grower's perspective. So I talk things that are more important for a farmer, what he needs to know on a daily basis, what he needs to do every day, and jargon be damned. I don't use technical jargon or any of those things because it doesn't make any sense to be for a farmer. A farmer does not have to be a scientist, or a scientist doesn't have to be a farmer. So here I am happy, and I must say that what we started in 2020 during COVID with our R&D for turmeric, we proved it at the lab level, and today we are proving it on land. And lab to land is most important. So we have extended research into the land, and yes, it's slow. People are moving forward to do it. There are some people who, again, like I said, who want to do it, make money, but then the passion is not there. I find in this country, people get excited very fast, but they can't sustain their excitement. And that's where everything goes wrong. They start with so much of josh, and it's like, they're like a 11,000 volt electric line, and within a month you see that they just nowhere, their passion has gone somewhere else. If you are passionate and if you are ready to push hard, push the boundaries, you have to win. You must win, and you can win. Agriculture is not rocket science, it's just perfect science. Just follow it, just go by it, and I can tell you one thing, I guarantee that farmers can be rich, very, very rich. So having said that, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Hind, Jai Gujarat, and Jai to everyone else. So I'm looking forward to a beautiful day, Rajiv. Thank you very much.
Jai Vigyan, sir.
Jai Vigyan.